Hi, and welcome back to Rewriting Real Estate. Today's guest took a long way from cold calls and Zillow leads to become one of the top real estate's most recognizable video coaches. This is after her experimentation into social media, which took off. She's a top producing agent in Virginia and founder of the Agent Crew, and she's creator of the coaching program called Film School, where she teaches agents to stop overthinking and hit record and turn consistent content into real conversations, real clients, and money from real closings. All right, let's get started with Liz. What I know about you, and then you're obviously going to tell your journey, but I believe you kind of got into the world of social media, which wound up giving you leads and kind of taken off in the COVID years. But what I really love is that you kind of have said your message is not to become an influencer, but just use video to become more visible, more relatable, and more effective in your real estate business. So let's unpack all that and tell me first. And the main reason I brought you on is because you really have made a killing in the world of TikTok, which a lot of realtors get in their own way in that space. And you've made it look easy, but but you have stated many times it's consistent. So you can't just dabble, right?
Yeah. Well, first, I thank you for having me. So thank you. Yes. I love social media and I love TikTok especially. And I know I feel like there's different flavors of social media and some people are going to be more drawn. For instance, my husband is a YouTube person. He'll watch YouTube all night. And I have no interest in YouTube. It doesn't interest me at all. Right. I don't even go there. And so, and some people love Facebook and some people like Instagram. Right. So you're going to figure out what your flavor of social media is. And once you figure that out, that's like what you're naturally drawn to. And that's probably where you'll find the most conversion of the people that are like you. But what I've also found is I make the most money on Facebook. So as far as
interesting,
how things convert is Facebook, but I'm rarely going to go there for entertainment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go back to like when you started in social media. And was I right that it kind of happened over COVID?
Yep. Yeah. Before COVID, I was really interested in Instagram. And so I was like, let me take pictures. Let me write the cute caption. And I'm terrible at that. Like still to this day, don't make me take a picture and don't make me write a caption because that's garbage to me. And so I've actually recently circled all the way back as of yesterday where I'm like, I hate captions. I'm not writing them anymore. Like I'm done. Like if you don't listen to my video, I'm not going to tell you where to go, which is like, yes, there's AI. Yes. But the thing that slows me down is like my brain will make the video. I have hundreds of drafts, but if the second thing of having to edit it and then write the caption and then and I crash out and I can't do it. So that's why TikTok, in the beginning of TikTok, you just posted the video. There was no hashtags. There was no captions. There was nothing. It was just the video. And so that made it really easy for me to just be me. And
did you have kind of a plan or was it just like trial and error? Like what kind of brought that thought of TikTok and real estate as an idea that could then equal leads or money?
Sure. So I was during COVID, Gary Vee was, he was doing his morning tea with Gary Vee, and Gary Vanderchek is a marketer. So he's a big marketer in this world. And he every morning would get on with him and somebody else, and they would talk to people about their business and how they could market their business during COVID. And one of the things he kept saying was, why aren't you on TikTok? And they'd all, have some excuse. And I was like, well, why am I not on TikTok? So I just
Were you a scroller of TikTok at that time or not even?
I didn't even have it.
Okay.
Wasn't even interested in it. So I started just filming my workouts in the morning because I didn't know how to push the buttons yet. So I just would I worked out every morning. I'd film whatever I did for my workout. I would post it. And I did that for probably a month. There was nothing.
That was real estate related or just?
No,
just to see how to get people watching you.
I wasn't even trying to do anything with real estate. I was still doing Instagram with real estate. And I didn't think anything of it until one day I was sitting in a parking lot of a food kitty after a showing. It was probably September, October-ish. I'd started in June. So June 16th, 2020 was my first video on TikTok. And then it took me till September, October-ish. I want to say it was October actually, where I decided to make a video about like how to get started in real estate because lots of agents reach out to me and they're like, how do I do this thing? So literally it was a video that was like, if you want to get started in real estate, you have to do the course, you have to take the test, and then that's where the work. So it was like 3 things to do before you get started in real estate. And it took off. And I was like, hey,
wow. So before that, when you started in June, had you kind of made this promise or commitment to yourself that no matter what happens, I'm going to do something every day? Or was that kind of evolving as you went too?
No, it's just my personality. Once I start something, I'm obsessed with the thing until I'm not. And so still to this day, I've made a video every day for 6 years. June 16th.
Never missed a day.
Never missed a day.
Wow.
that is my superpower.
Which I think that like I spoke with Jill Biggs yesterday, and I feel like it's like the same analogy of the gym. You know, you don't see it, you don't feel it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, look at my biceps. But if you are a dabbler and an in and outer, you won't see the results. But if you make the commitment, you might not see it until all of a sudden you do one day, right?
I coach agents on how to do videos now, right? And so what I know for sure is that if they do it every day, they will see results in 3 weeks. If they do it every day. In a month, they'll start to see engagement. In a month and a half, they'll start to see reach outs. If they do the process, as far as make this kind of video, do this in the caption, do the call to action. Like if they do the process, that's going to take 6 weeks. And then they're like, oh my gosh, it's working, right? So what happens if you don't do it every day? No one dies, but like, I don't expect everyone. It's hard to be me because I'm me. Right. So the way that someone else that's watching this is going to be like, how could you do that every day? Like, are you real? No, I'm not. Like, I'm a wild animal. And so,
okay, like just back it up for half a second, because I think people get in their head on, oh my gosh, I have to do that every day. But in a given day, like let's say even when you're kind of a beginner, how much time would you spend on a video? Like it doesn't take that much time, does it?
It depends on the person. So in my video coaching, there'll be people that'll spend hours on it. Hours. And I'm like, you have hours to spend on this thing? But the way I'm coaching is literally a 5 to 7 second B-roll, which is you drinking a cup of coffee and then you writing the exact thing that I give you in a I call it the hook bank. So it's like the exact thing on the screen. Here's the exact caption. That should take you at the most 15 to 20 minutes, right? But your brain janks around with you because it's Tony Robbins. Everyone wants certainty. And posting a video on the internet is the most uncertain thing you could do. It's literally, it's scary. And so we want to be safe, seen, and heard. So it meets the herd because, it meets the seen and heard, but it's not safe. And so your brain's like, danger, danger. And it'll do anything it can to try to convince you not to do the dangerous thing so you can stay alive. It's just how we are as humans.
That's so true.
So since I know that, it's easier to help them. But if you're on your own.
So going back to September, when that one video kind of took off, you switched your just fitness videos to now like, holy cow, I actually can help realtors. Because your videos are not for potential buyers and sellers, they're for realtors, right?
No, for all of them. I do every parts of my business. I do agent attraction, buyers and sellers, local content. What did I miss there? Agents, right? So everything I do is all on one channel. And your brain, again, will tell you that can't work.
Good point.
Why not?
Right.
There are no rules.
Which is so lovely if you think about it, because we do put parameters on, like, well, my channel can't be, because we do hear that you need to only speak to one avatar.
Well, I think that in the olden days that mattered, but now the algorithm shows your video to who wants to see your video, and you're not deciding that. No one's coming to my account and binge watching all of my videos all at once. If they did, they'd be like, wow, this girl talks about all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So why not talk to everyone?
Love that. So then in September, you kind of switched your thought process, and how did it go from there? This is September of 2020 or 2021?
Still 2020.
Okay.
I'm not the kind of person who, again, has a content calendar and follows a content calendar. That's not how my brain works. I coach students who their brains work like that. So I provide that sort of thing and structure to people who like that. But me as a creator, I'm whatever. Like today, I have not made any videos. So what videos am I going to make today? Well, I have a couple of events coming up. I do a Monday call every Monday. So I'm going to make that video. I'm going to make the video about tomorrow. I'm going to go do some model home tours. I know that's in my brain. I'll respond to a comment or two. So like I always have content, but I'm not the kind of person who's like, today I will do this thing only, right? So September of 2020, I just, whatever came to my mind. I knew no one was watching on TikTok, and I wasn't putting my TikToks everywhere yet. So it's like free will, like go to the moon with this thing. Now my advice would be you can do that same thing on Instagram with trial reels. So this is depending on when you watch this or when you listen to this, it's is it July? It's July 2026. So on Instagram, there's trial reels where you can do the same thing. because whoever
Mm-hmm.
sees your trial reels doesn't know you already. And so there's no
Mm-hmm.
judgment there. This is probably the first time they're seeing you. So you can put whatever you want there and see what works. And
And
that's
that's
what
what
I did.
I've told agents before too, even like in this world of podcasting, like be bold because nobody's watching. And then once they start watching, you've gotten better.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. So after September, you kind of started shifting. When did you first or get your very first kind of result or lead or something from your TikTok?
I probably started maybe that fall. Like after I
Okay.
started posting real estate videos, I started to get some clients from it, some actual real estate clients, some actual agents that started to pay attention. A year after that, the next year when I went to UPW with Tony Robbins, I was like, I can make something of this at that point. And so I started doing video challenges. So that launched my coaching business. So I did
Okay.
5-day video challenges, 3-day video challenges. And so that did the film school is what I call it now. So that launched my coaching business. And then the agent attraction, that also, I mean, I do all my agent attraction through TikTok,
Your
Instagram.
video. Yeah. So when you started Video Challenge, you didn't have your coaching program. It was just kind of like a organic, hey guys, you want to try this with me? Or did you already have a program set up?
I followed Tony Robbins and Dean when they first started their online coaching program. So it's sort of like Russell Brunson and Brenda Bouchard and Tony and Dean. They all started their how to build an online business kind of thing, online coaching business and
Right.
courses, online courses. And so I followed Tony and Dean, and theirs was called KBB, Knowledge Business Broker. And so they have something
Okay.
similar to that now. And so they there's a framework for it, right? So I just took their framework, bought their program, took their framework. I use Kajabi, which is Brendan Bouchard's version of the online software. I still use that till today. I tried go high level on that.
Too
Did not.
complicated.
For me, it really
For
was.
me too. I mean, Kajabi is so simple, and those that like I've got many courses that I've wound up through Kajabi, but what's so nice is, 5 years later, you can still go in and go through the course. It's not complicated.
I even paid someone to like uncomplicate it, and then of course the like email delivery didn't work. Like I made all the mistakes. Like hear me when I say I've made so many mistakes in growing this business when it comes to hiring and firing, when it comes to trying a new platform, and it's like all the things that you're like, oh, that's not work at all. That cost me a lot of time and money.
I think that like us as realtors by nature are quick to pull triggers and quick to change minds. It's a little bit of a monkey brain, but I've told many people, like, if you want to go into an industry to make a lot of money, work with realtors on something they're going to pay for, because we all pay for everything.
We do, but I also think that we are okay with taking risk where a lot
100%.
of other
Good point.
are not,
You're right.
So
Yeah.
and I love real estate agents. Like I'd rather hang out with a real estate agent than probably anyone else because they're fun
Me
and
too.
entertaining. And
I know my
risk
husband's
takers.
like, why do you go out to all these conferences? I'm like, because it's so much fun, because everybody's like me,
Yep.
or like bouncing
This
off
is
the
where
wall.
people.
And I don't know any of them, but at the end of the night, I'm like,
doesn't
best
matter.
friends.
Yeah, right. It doesn't matter.
So then at this point, like you did the TikTok, you started getting leads. From there, you realized you could maybe start like helping other agents get leads from it. And then from there, you're also realizing that agents like you and you're expanding your business nationwide. So at this point in time, what percentage, because you're still in production, because I know that because you had a hiccup today. So, so I know you're still in production, but what percentage of your business is from each of those different pillars?
So my real estate business, it's probably 75% of it because it's like incoming referrals from agents. I get a lot of referrals because every day I put 3 videos out and hi, my name is Liz and I sell real estate in Charlottesville and Richmond, Virginia. They hear that over and over and over again. So when they do have someone moving here or selling here, who else are they going to call? Right? Like that girl.
Right.
So
right.
that's really helping my real estate business. And then of course I have like my past clients and referrals locally. So that's the 2 ways I sell houses, which is a wonderful way to sell houses.
Yeah. Because you're not having to cold call. You're not having to fight for the business.
I never fight for anyone. It's just literally like, I could be like, okay, I'm ready. Like I need some more buyers right now. Like, okay, universe, ready. And one will just literally fall out of the sky. When I ask for it, one shows up. It's a really interesting, bizarre, fun thing that like one just came to my head. Did you see my brain go, oh, what about this person? So literally it came to my head. you know, I have to do remember that person, right? So it's a wonderful way to sell real estate. And I've figured out how to get the support I need in order to be able to travel and do all the stuff I need. As far as like, I don't have a local team at this point. I've thought about it. I've kind of full started on it of, do I really want to do that thing? Right. And I haven't yet. I think I probably will. I thought I was going to do it this year, but didn't quite work. So again, I'm okay with starting something and then failing in it. I've done.
Yeah.
If you looked at, if I wrote a book about this year, you'd be like, wow, you've learned a lot.
So you don't have a local team, but you have how many agents in your group is called what? The agent crew?
The agent
So
crew
how many
did-
agents do you have across how many states or countries?
Probably should know how many states. So it's 185 agents today.
Okay.
And I think we probably have, I mean, I could probably list them off. I probably should know this answer, but I don't. But all over the United States and then some in Germany. And I think we just got one maybe in Mexico. So
that's
in
fun.
Canada. So it's starting to like, you know, spider out ways that you can't. Probably this year, I've been with EXP about 7 years. It's probably the first year that it's starting to grow without me having to push it all the time, which is that felt like it took a long time. So anyone who's listening that's doing agent attraction, I would not do it this way. If I were to give you advice, don't think that you're going to do it by being famous on the internet and it's going to work quickly, right?
Right.
Because what really makes it work is a lot of people working with you that bring a few people, right? So it needs to be a repeatable process, and you being famous on the internet is really hard to teach someone else.
That's true. Yeah.
And so if you could do it a different way, which is a simple introduction, a simple script, a simple, like really dumb the process down. That's something I'm working on this year is like, how do I make this repeatable? Because like not everyone wants to be on the internet, and me thinking that anyone wants to and could do what I do is like silly, right? Remember how I told you?
Yeah.
No.
And it's true because I think that a lot of times, you know, just by nature, people see that person doing all the things on the internet. And in some ways, it's almost like they're not touchable because they're behind a screen and they're big and they're, you know, got a name for themselves. And so I wouldn't be worthy of hanging out with them. You know, people put funny little things because it feels like it's something different versus, to your point, just doing a warm phone call. Like, hey, I saw you commented on my video. I'd love to have a chat with you. You know,
you can do it 1,000 different ways. And so I've really been working on helping my agents make what I do repeatable. And so I've made it, they can either join me, like for instance, on my Monday call, right? I have all my agents that want to do agent attraction inviting to that one call where they all get to, like, we rotate who presents, we all invite to it. So I'm making that a repeatable process. And I remember my agent attraction coach telling me in the beginning, Liz, you cannot do things that are not repeatable. And what you're currently doing is not repeatable. I'm like, no, it'll be fine.
In what way? What did they mean by that?
The process has to be easy because they're already too busy selling houses. And so if you make it so you have to do what I do, which is make 3 videos a day for 6 years, host a bunch of calls, have a coaching program, do all that, like that's too hard for most people. Most people will never do that. So if I can make it easier and repeatable, which is, could you just invite to this call on Monday? Share the story tile, invite your friend. I can invite.
So your calls are on Monday are with your coaching clients or anybody?
No, it's open to all agents, and I invite all kinds of agents to, like, for instance, Alicia Collins is talking this next Monday. She's not we have co-sponsored together at EXP, but she's not necessarily like in the agent crew. She is because we co-sponsor, but she's in Wyoming. Like, we don't ever see each other, but she comes to my calls because we're friends. And so I have her present sometimes because it's good for her as well to have that exposure. And then last week, Ryan presented open houses. I'm never going to teach about open houses. I don't like them, but Ryan loves them. So I have Ryan come, right? So it makes it so it's repeatable. It's always on Monday. It's always at noon East Coast time. The keyword's always Monday. The link is always the same. It's very repeatable process in that it's certain. Remember how we talked about things being certain?
And these calls are about agents just getting better, or just agent attraction, or everything regarding real estate?
Mostly real estate. We don't really talk about agent attraction there.
That's good.
Most agents don't.
So anybody listening could join that call to get better in their skills. And if you're not loving it like open houses, then you bring in somebody that does love it to teach their ways.
Yep.
That's lovely.
Because the way I sell real estate isn't the way all my agents sell real estate. Some of them are like open house bosses. Some of them like the internet. Lots of them like the internet because that's how we got, linked up. But I had John come to talk, and I think he's with Real, and he was talking about how to be like the mayor of your town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, I'm never doing that, but he's so good at it. So I just really am looking for the who, because I only do it this way.
Right.
Well, what about all these other ways?
How has that call grown over time? Or how did you ever first decide to start that call? And what value has it brought to you both as an agent? I asked this from, I guess, selfishly, personally, but also from other agents that might be, in the business and wanting to kind of have a growth that isn't painful, kind of to your point, something that's repeatable and easy to do. So you came up with this concept, and when, and then how did you kind of start promoting it, and how has it grown, or what's a typical agent number on that call? I know that's a lot of questions, but I know you can pack it away.
So I started that call probably 5 years ago with
Where's the idea come from?
Well, it was only with my own organization, and I know since they're all over the country, I needed a way to talk to them.
Gotcha.
And so
Okay.
a repeatable process every single Monday. It's just like a team meeting, right? So I was like, let's just have a team meeting. I'll teach them something. We'll learn something. We'll go over, upcoming events, and then they'll show up. Well, 10 of them would show up, and I have 100+ agents. Like, where are the rest of them? And I was like, after a while, it really was a little more than a year ago. One day I woke up and I'm like, what am I doing? This is dumb. This is actually a waste of my time. Not that I don't love my agents. I love all of them.
But still.
It was boring. You get tired of talking to the same people, seeing the same people. It was like bored. I was bored. Literally, there has to be pain to change most of the time. And the pain was, this is a waste of my time. I'm bored of doing this. Something has to change or I'm quitting. Okay, well, don't quit. Like, you've built this thing. So I just decided, I was like, you know what? Fine. Come, all of you, please come. And it was right when AI was starting to be a thing, like last spring. You know how it was like, what is this ChatGPT thing you speak of? So I started by like inviting everyone to come join us and learn about ChatGPT and AEO and all the AI stuff. And so there was this wave of agents that came, and I just kept it kicking after that. And now there's 100+ agents every Monday. It's like, I went from like 10 people in my own organization to 100+ people. And it's the best thing because it gives people, it's such an easy thing to invite to. Right. There's nothing weird about it.
You're not like trying to like do any sort of promotion. You're not doing any sales.
I'm not selling you anything. Yeah. At the end of every call, I will ask you to be my business partner because I want you to be my business partner. Mm-hmm. So I will personally
You got to ask that if you're spending your time hosting something that's valuable.
Yep. And here's the QR code. I'd love to work with you when the time is right, right? That's all you'll hear at the very end of the call. Other than that, like, it's broker agnostic. Half the time, I don't know who's there. 100+ agents on a Zoom screen. Like, if your camera's not on, I don't know who you are. Like,
right. So you've been doing that with everybody for about a year or a little over a year. From those, I mean, I know we don't need to go down the whole agent attraction thing, but from those calls, what's been the conversion of agents joining your agent crew group?
I feel like, I mean, I can tell you, like, in my brain, I'm like, oh, this person came from here, right? It has leveled up the type of agent that I talk to.
Because I love that. Yeah.
They're talking about the things that I want to talk to about. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to bring you trash. Like, I'm not wasting your time. If you don't make it through the Liz funnel, you're not making on this call. Like, I am very protective of that call. Like, you're not coming, you're not selling my people anything. And I really am very protective of it.
How do you publicize or promote it? Just like in your stories or in your feed, or
yep.
How does somebody get allowed to be on your call if they wanted to be?
I just reach out to them directly. I've never had and it's the people in my organization are mostly the people that are on there. And then like Alicia, I like, and I think she's brilliant. So I'll invite her. I met a few girls at Girls with Grit that were on the stage, and I'm like, you're smart. Please come to my call. Right. So
you don't just put it out there for anybody to come on.
No, I pick them. Okay. Yeah. And mostly I want it to be people that are in my organization, because I don't want to be the only one that's good. I want to make my leaders leaders. And the way you make someone a leader is that you give them a stage to stand on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would rather all of them stand on the stage and I just host the call. Most of the time I open it, I close it, and they do the middle.
That's awesome. That's really fabulous. So TikTok kind of got you started, opened up your wheel of thoughts where you started the teaching how people can do what you did in the world of social media, which opened up, you started off with your group, your agent crew, but then you're like, wait, other people could learn from this too. So now, and then what's evolved since then, besides your production that you said you're primarily agent referrals and then past clients. So you're not cold calling, you're not doing all the things that people hate to do.
Yeah,
So business is great for you, but also the coaching business and the growth of your group has been great. So it's really, since COVID, it really has elevated everything in your world, right?
I was thinking about it today, where we started, like when I don't remember which UPW we were at, but I was thinking back because I'm going to business mastery in a couple of weeks, and your brain will do funny things to you. It kind of tricks you into thinking that you've not done anything. Like you're the same as you were. You're still not good enough. Like that weird nonsense that goes in your brain. So I was thinking about, I can remember vividly deciding in UPW at the end of, like Saturday afternoon after the Dickens process where your brain is like broke open and you can do anything, like look out world, right? So I remember deciding I was going to do that then, and where I was then compared to where I am now, I'm not even the same human, right? Like
that's amazing.
How far you can go in 5 years and still have your brain think that you're not far enough.
Right? I know. So true. We're worst enemies.
Sometimes we are. But then again, we also have Tony tools. I call them like my Tony tools, my Tony toolbox, where Cheryl is the voice in my head. I don't know if you've ever named the voice in your head.
Yeah.
Right? What's the voice in your head? Tell us. What's her name? Or maybe it's a boy. I don't know. Let's get crazy here.
Minerva. Back in my single days, when I'd be at a bar and a guy would start trying to like hit on me, and I'm flirty, and this is way back in even high school. Now, mind you, I grew up in the beach town, so we'd go down to the beaches to go to the hotels where the out of towners were. So this back when you could get in when you're underage. But anyway. Cute boys talking, but I just would always mess with their heads, and they're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, Minerva." And within 5 seconds, they'd be walking away. I said, but my friends call me Nervy. And so literally it was like the funniest, the psychology of names and how you present the fact that my name is really annoying. Apology to anybody that's named Minerva, but it's like, I'm out.
They didn't want to go down that rabbit hole with you. I love that.
But yeah. So, but anyway, you were saying about the Tony tools and your.
Oh yeah, the Tony tools. So the Tony tools would be when you start to use a Tony tool. Tony tools are like, what do you do when you feel this way? Like for instance, last week I was in Utah and I came home, and so the time change kind of wonked me out. Like I couldn't figure out what it was. Like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so tired? Like, what's happening here? Like, ugh. And so I didn't want to do anything this week. Literally, I wanted to do 0 things. I felt off. I felt uninterested. I'm not inspired. I'm not creative. And my brain is, but because I have Tony tools, which is go move your body. Like literally change your state. Okay, well, I don't want to do that. It does not matter. Go get on your bike, go jump on the trampoline, go for a walk, do something physical, and then you'll start to feel better. And so even though I did that every morning, I'm still like, don't want to do it. Okay, next Tony tool. Have you eaten? Have you slept enough? Do the minimal things you have to do. And so since I've built all those like habits, like the habit loop that you have with all of those things, I'm still able to be very productive, even when I'm like, this is absolute garbage. Like, I don't even like this stuff. But again, the voice in your head will be like, well, you didn't do anything today. I'm like, Cheryl, seriously? I did everything on my calendar. Plus I made 3 videos. Plus I led a seller seminar. Shut up. Like, so I really, if I were to give advice to people, first things first is change your state, right? The hat, you remember the chain, what does he call that thing? I could see I can see the
circle too.
Right. Yeah. The circle. So it's change your state, then change your story, then like change whatever, right? So it's how to be good at anything, or how to get through anything, or how to change something, or the circle of change, or I could get my notebook out. It's literally right here. But what I've really found is you can change anything in your life pretty quickly once you get in the right state and then make a decision. And so getting better at making decisions really is something that has helped me this year in business, is that not dragging out the decision that needs to be made.
Overthinking it, over chatting with it, just like
trying to make it better, trying to be making it something that it's not.
Well, that's just the whole procrastination excuse. It's like, until it's tip top perfect, I'm not going to even embark in it. And that's the thing. No.
Perfect is the lowest form of good, is what Tony says.
Well,
right?
it's just an excuse to put it off and not face it, But
Yeah.
That's why I
So
love the statement of done is better than perfect. Just do it.
it's
Do
so
something.
much better, right? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
most of the things, like let me give you an example. So I have an event that's at the end of this month. I'm going to speak at Build in Dallas. So that's a big event. And then before I go speak at a big event, I always like to have a little event, like a little Liz event. So the people that I'm coaching can meet me, my agents can meet me, like a low barrier. Sometimes I charge for it, sometimes I don't. Just depends on how much time I have to plan it and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this time in Dallas, I'm going to have a smaller event at like a title company. And I just want a place where I could actually meet you and touch your phone and help you make videos. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's 3 agents I've never met before in real life. And I want to go to lunch with them. I want to hang out with them. I want to help them. So your brain will tell you that it's too late to do the thing. And so it became July 1st. And I have things on my calendar, but sometimes I don't get to planning them because there's just not enough runway. There's not enough daylight. I don't have enough help yet. Like it's just, I
All
don't
the
think about the
things.
next thing until the next thing. And July 1st came up and I was like, oh, I should probably do something about this. Right. So this Monday or Tuesday, I finally got the links and all the like registration and all the story tiles and the marketing and all that stuff ready for it. Still at this point, even this morning, Tony, one of my business partners, is going to be there with me presenting. And I'm like, Tony, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about there? I'm starting to market this thing. Like, what are you going to do? And she's like, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And she has this great story to share about starting it completely over in a different state. Like how helpful will that be for agents who move a lot or who their spouse
Mm-hmm.
or their, maybe their life changes and they have to move to a different state or whatever, starting over in the business when you're not really starting over, you're just starting again is her whole pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, right. So if you're the kind of person that's not doing something because you didn't plan it soon enough, that's not real. Real estate agents especially don't make decisions 2 weeks out. So you
No.
can still do whatever you want. It's still 2 weeks. It's 21 days from now. I still got plenty of time to plan an event. Now, mind you, if I was flying an airplane, I wouldn't have engines at this. It's okay. But by the time I get there, there'll be coffee, there'll be snacks, the lighting will be right. There'll be music when you walk in the room. Hopefully I haven't figured that out yet. My brain's like, oh, you don't have a speaker, Liz. What are you going to do? I don't know. Order one from Amazon, whatever. We'll figure it out. So that's how you build a business is literally like, I'm making a decision. Here's the link. I'm going to market this thing. Let's do this thing.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. That's great advice. Yeah. Yeah. So going forward, because you've got like amazing pillars of success that any agent listening to this, whether they're new or experienced or struggling, could take one of those thought processes and kind of like what you said, just start doing some videos if that's your wheelhouse, which is why I brought you on. And if someone's not interested in that, then you can maybe build out an opportunity to have agents meet up on a Monday and just present somebody, or else just kind of connect with other agents to build out either a local team or a national team if you're, kind of in a brokerage that's cloud-based. But what's kind of your exciting, besides the build that's coming up, what's any new exciting plans to build your business even differently or bigger?
I just met with I have a person who was helping me, who was like my ads guy. And I kind of have taken him from being my ads guy to being like my back end systems person, where I'm really good at hunting. Like I'll go make all the videos, I'll go market, I'll think of the new products. Like I like the next thing, but I'm not good at the thing that's behind me. I almost forget it exists. So the next thing I'm building in my own business is what a lot of other agents need in their business, which is what happens after they comment the keyword and you gave them the thing.
Right. Right.
Oh, you never followed up with them again, that thing? If they didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
yes on the first go round and they didn't call you directly, do you know they still exist? And what's your follow-up
Right.
system?
Right.
So I'm not good at that personally, but
And that's great with buyers or any leads or anything.
Yep.
It's like, we all kind of fall off the cliff when there's a couple of silences, and the follow-up, is what some agents are really, really great at, but I think many of us are not.
I'm not. I'm a shiny object. If you didn't say yes today, you don't exist to me, right? That's just how my brain is. And so since I know that, I'm either going to hire the help, which is the person who's helping me with the back end of my own like coaching business. He's going to help me with that. But then I'm also I don't like the word slowing down. That's not something I associate with doing, right? But if I can hold myself still long enough to either work with someone who's good at that kind of stuff, like I'm going to hire another assistant to help me with the onboarding and the offboarding. And so like the parts of the business that I'm not naturally good at is the part of the business that I'm going to work on next. And some of that may be AI processes and agents and working with AI. Some of it might be an actual human because I still think we need them.
Yes.
Like humans work. And so
yeah,
I know there's so much shiny stuff about AI and I'm here for it and I'm down the Claude rabbit hole and I'm so in the the world is going there. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to teach it. I'll be out front. Like, I'm totally here for this. But I also believe that sometimes you just need to hire someone to hold you still.
That's 100% true. Because the AI, as fabulous as it is, it wants to be your best friend. So it only keeps giving you more and more and more of what you're asking for, versus, to your point, a real human might say, like, hold on, grandiose idea, lovely, but let's pause to finish this thing first. It's like to have a human that says, hold on, and AI never does it, because it keeps on loving on you, and it keeps on making you think bigger and bigger. And to your point, sometimes you just need a little pause button, and humans will do that for you. Yeah. Like my business partner, I'm a big idea person, and she's like, hold on, let's build this out before we go there. Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right. Let me put that idea on the shelf. I'll come up with four ideas every day. Yeah. Here's a new one. Here's a new one. Here's a new one.
Oh, 100%. But the follow-up or the implementation, just like, I'm great at the dreaming, but yeah, the next step is, I think you're very smart in the sense that having a human for some of that is like, okay, time out for half a second. Let's get this into place and then build from there.
I also think we always want the shiny next thing.
100%. Because it's easy.
It's the funnest part about running a business is the shiny next thing, right? Like I want to be the person who.
Yeah. Well, it's like Ed Milet says, he's like, those that are the most financially successful are doing the things that aren't fun day after day after day. Everything they're doing looks like fun from the outside, but what you're not seeing is they're doing the ugly stuff. And it's kind of like going back to the gym analogy. Those are really fit. It looks like, oh my gosh, you just have an amazing physique. No, they're doing the stuff when they don't want to go and do the stuff every single day, and that's where a lot of us are. The inconsistency is where most of us get in our own way.
Yeah. I have found that running a business, I like it. It's the best game I've ever played. I really like it. I really like selling houses. I really like agent attraction. I really like building a business. Like, it keeps my brain interested because every day is different and no one tells me what to do.
Right.
Like, I love that. I'm here for that. But it's also the hardest game I've ever played.
It is.
Like, it changes every day, and it's very uncertain, and that people will do things that you don't expect them to do. People that work with you will suddenly change and leave, or you'll meet someone that will change your whole business, or like the next thing that's supposed to happen, you have no idea. It's like this fun, like you're living in a movie every day.
That's true.
What's today's movie? Like even today, where I thought I had my schedule is always my schedule, but then things happen, right?
Yes.
Like
right.
The seller,
you have to pivot. You have to pivot in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I joke around is at the end of the year, whatever is the bottom line of what I made that year is 100% on me. So it's like, sometimes I'm like, okay, if I were working for a boss, would I be, having a talking to and put on, on like high alert? Would I be fired? Because there's many days like, holy cow, if I was working for a boss today, I'd been fired 2 days ago.
I would have been fired. Yes, you would have fired.
So, but that's why I laugh at when people are like, when agents blame the market for their lack of success. There are agents that are crushing it in every single market. And it's 100%, again, going back to the analogy of the gym, it's 100% on what you're doing every day to build the muscle that you need to build to get the money you need to get. And if at the end of the year you're sad about the money you have in your pocket, it's only me. I'm my only fault. I can blame everything in my win or my losses in real estate on me. There's no excuses, but it can be like this, but it's fun. To your point, it's a fun movie every day.
It's the funnest game ever. And I know that when I talk to agents who are newer into the business or have lost their love for it or whatever it is, right? They're struggling in some way. Lots of times the pattern that I see is that they think they're busy when they're not busy.
Yes.
And so how do you overcome that, right? Like, what makes you busy and what actually counts? And so when I coach my agents, the only thing I coach them on is did you hunt today? Like, did you go and get a lead? Did you talk to humans? Did you leave your house? Did you do something where the world knows that you sell real estate? If you're not hunting every single day, you're going to starve.
Right. And I tell my agents, like, have you gotten inside the product you're selling today? Have you gotten inside a house? If you're not busy, get in a house or 5 every single day.
That's great.
Learn your product like the back of your hand, because only we are allowed to go into the houses. Nobody else can unless they're a licensed realtor. So get into as many houses as you can a day, learn your product. And if you want to bump up your price point, get into the houses in that price point and learn it so that you can confidently speak about that price point when you're at your neighborhood happy hour. And you're like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe the counters today that are in every house I see on the beach. They're this quality or this, So to talk with education can only come from getting in the product yourself. You can't do it online. You can't look on the MLS and learn it. You have to actually feel it and get the vibe for what those price points are and learn it so that you can speak of everything. But, if you have time, if you're not busy, then get inside the product every day. And then you have a multiple, not only you learn it, but then you can create a video. Then you talk as if you're actually, and if you're not busy, you can still post as if you are busy. And people assume that you are busy. No, and everybody wants to watch houses anyway. So, visit 5 houses every day at every single price point, starting at, 400, 500, 600, and learn what those houses feel like and look like. And then you can talk the talk when you have a buyer. And I feel like, to your point, like the universe starts pulling that to you. It's like, okay, I'm previewing this house for a buyer. They don't exist yet, but they're out there looking somewhere.
Yeah, you will. What you focus on, you find. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Liz, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for listening to Rewriting Real Estate. If today's episode challenged your thinking or gave you a strategy worth trying, share it. The right move at the right time can change everything. Subscribe and listen in next week for more insight, more momentum, and more ways to grow your business your way.